Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Clueless Collective. This is the wonderful podcast about gaming, featuring three nerds who know nothing about gaming. So let's introduce ourselves. I am Ashen. Don't need to know who I am, really. I'm boring. Yeah, the one and only.
What a shame.
What? Yeah, what a shame. We have Dawn.
Hello.
Who is an elf.
Of course.
Who plays video games.
Of course. What else don't play video games?
Exactly.
Crazy people.
And we have Reven as well.
Yeah. Hey.
The Dark Lord Reven.
The Dark Lord Reven himself.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're new to the podcast, what this is we talk about video games, we ramble a bit every now and then,
All
make
the time.
jokes. Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah. We're not very good at it.
No.
We tried. It didn't work out. So the first thing we're going to be talking about this week is our week in gaming. So all of us have been playing something different. We'll start off with Reven. What have you been playing, Reven?
Yeah, so when discussing a certain space game with Ashley the other day, he made me, I would say he made me, it was kind of made me, he kind of made me
A little bit.
buy into Star Citizen, which I have been amazed with by, though it's an alpha, it's still a fantastically beautiful game. And I think what really captivated for me is when I walked out of the space station, went onto the platform. I was on Discord with Ash at the time, and I just saw this massive gas giant in front of me. I absolutely just nerdgasmed in front of me. It was quite embarrassing.
I was very worried.
I heard about the noise that you made.
It was like a squee.
Well, yeah.
It was something else.
It was beautiful. It was crazy, and I don't know. Even though the game itself is very new and very much an alpha, it's very buggy. I had a few bugs myself with it.
Yeah.
It's still fantastic. It's still really well made so far. And there's a lot more to come out of this game. I think, they've got 2.7 and 2.6 are going to be the main ones coming up with the new procedural generated planets.
Oh, yeah.
So you can actually warp to different systems now. Well, you will do.
Well, yeah, when they add it in.
Yeah,
completely.
But it's not far away at all.
Oh, no.
It's coming out next year, but apparently.
Hasn't it been in development for ages?
It's been in development since 2012, so it's nearing the end of its production cycle.
It's not too long, for a massive space adventure kind of game. If you think about role-playing games that they make, they can take anywhere up to 6 years. So it's not too long, but it still feels like ages.
It is quite a while. They did their first $1 million funding on their website alone, on Kickstarter, sorry. Then once they hit their cap on Kickstarter, they went and funded another, I think it's $116 million for production. And the stuff you can do now, even though it's in an alpha beta state, it's kind of in the middle now. It's insanely detailed. The ships themselves are huge. Even the smallest ship you can get is at least 20-30 meters long, and you can get into them, you can fly them around, you can land them.
Walk around your ship and stuff?
Yeah. If you have a big enough ship, you can just get out of the seat and walk around.
Because most space games I've played, it's oh yeah, this is your ship, and then you go into a menu to go between the rooms, and it doesn't feel very real.
Oh no,
it's nothing like that.
Star Citizen's key feature is that in the entire game there are 0 loading screens.
I see. So
you can walk out of a room into your ship, fly that ship 3,000 kilometers into forward, and you'll still have no loading screens. Nice. And if you want to get out of your ship in space, you can literally open the door and just walk out.
I don't understand how, but nice.
It's crazy.
It's insane, and it's really fun. So yeah.
That's what I've been playing, among other things, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. So. That was your key thing this week.
That was my key thing.
Yeah. Mine was Rimworld. So Rimworld has been around for a while as well. It was in early access. It's been in the news recently for the key stealing. That's not very popular. You know, the whole G2A kind of thing. I've been playing Rimworld. It's really fun actually. It's to explain it. It's kind of like Dwarf Fortress but way simpler. So you start off. You have your like people who were in space, and your ship crash lands on a planet known as Rimworld. And the idea is you have to try and get back up to space basically. And the goal is you build a new spaceship to escape the planet you've landed on. And it uses a storyteller function. So what that means is the way the events happen in the game are based on what storyteller you pick. And it's really cool. So like if you pick the hardest guy, who's I think he's called Randy Random, I think is his name.
Randy.
Things will happen just like unexpectedly. Like your base could set fire and there be a thunderstorm and a psychic wave taking out all your male settlers. And it could all happen at the same time, which is really fun. But like the game is huge, like it's massive, and it's really fun. Like it's really fun to just sink hours in. The night I got it, I stayed up till like 2 a.m. just playing it because everyone was dying. Everyone kept going insane because they were starving or had witnessed someone die. But it's been really, really fun, and I streamed it as well. So I had a couple of people watch that as well. And it was pretty fun. I'm still like really bad.
But was it worth it? Was it worth the money? Because
I think it was. I mean, the first time I played it when it was in beta, I think,
right,
or beta, depending on how you prefer it. Beta. Yeah. That was when I played it, and I enjoyed it then. And so when it released officially, I was very keen to get that. So that's what I did.
Looks good. I might have to give that a try too. But people say it's pretty complicated to start
out with. It's hard to get into. Not as hard as something like Dwarf Fortress, but it is.
Dwarf Fortress is, if you guys don't know it, probably one of the hardest games I've ever witnessed.
It has a hard skills, like a skill ceiling, yeah. So it can be difficult to play, but it's fun. And so what have you been up to this week?
Wow, a dark force in my life has once again sunk its clutches into me.
Yes.
I have been back on WoW a little bit. WoW was kind of my original game that I played that got me into gaming. And there's always this sense of comfort associated with WoW. Everything is very familiar, and even though I've been enjoying playing other MMOs, coming back to WoW is like coming into a warm embrace, and it welcomes
you back. And addiction.
And, well, not so much addiction. Like, when I went on WoW, I was suddenly like, I want to farm. I want to mindlessly slaughter stuff and collect, like, stuff from it. And I want to go do herbing just to waste a few hours of my time and feel like I've accomplished something. Because there is that feeling of accomplishment from farming stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know why.
Well, I've been doing it.
I had the old itch again, and I don't know if I'm going to be playing Legion. I don't know if I will.
Well.
But I'll have to try it.
We'll see.
To try it.
Yeah. It's kind of my fault, really, that she's been playing it more, because I started doing some hardcore mount runs where I tried to get some cool mounts, and I was like, oh, look, this particular thing I can't do without your help. Do you want to come along?
Yeah.
And then she logged in, and she was like, oh, I remember all of these places. I remember exactly where all of this is and what I have to do.
It's just like, I've been playing it since I was 11. So it's just so ingrained in my mind, and there's so much I associate from my life with Warcraft. Like, every time I go to a zone in Warcraft, I can remember like what point I was at in my life when I was questing there. Yeah. So there's this weird kind of nostalgia. So coming back to it's been nice, but dangerous.
Yeah, and I mean, we've all been playing Overwatch as well. That's kind of expected with us. We've all been playing it. We've been playing with Killpond as well, who's one of Dawn's subs. And it's been really fun. You know, we've been playing competitive a lot more than we have quick play now, which is interesting. You know, trying to fluctuate our rank a bit more.
It's okay with a team of 5, I think.
Yeah,
like,
I think
4 is stretching
4 is
it.
okay.
And you get random people in otherwise, so it's not worth the gamble.
But it's worth. It's worth. So the next segment that we have is Kickstarter Spotlight. So you'll remember the last episode we talked about Wizard of Legend. which was, if you didn't see last episode, you should go watch it. It's on the channel. I know that you haven't seen it.
Go watch it.
But yeah, so we had we looked at that. It was a cool, like, it's based on magic, and so you're a dungeon crawler and you have, you know, magic, and you have to use your combo spells in order to defeat enemies, and it's very fast paced, and as you get stronger, the enemies get way stronger as well, and all their spells are super buffed and stuff like that. So that's what we looked at last week, or at least last episode, because we didn't do one last week. But this week we're going to be talking about Need to Know, which is a privacy game, a bit like Papers, Please. I don't know if you guys have seen that. So Need to Know is kind of it's a game based on how much information is revealed to the government. So you work for a government entity, and it's called the Department of Liberty.
Liberty.
Yes, sure.
Glory to our Stotska.
Glory to our Stotska. Yes, so that's your job, and your job is you gradually over time get access to higher security clearance, and you get to get more information, and the game is based on whether you're going to manipulate that to keep privacy a thing that's should always be around, or if you're going to exploit it. And it looks really cool. The trailer will be linked in the description when we upload the VOD to YouTube. But it looks cool. If you haven't seen it already, I'd highly suggest you check it out, because it looks really cool. And it's been around for a while. But yeah, I mean, did you play Papers?
How far are they?
Play what?
Papers, Please.
I did. I've played a bit of the beginning of Papers, Please, and then I've watched a whole playthrough of someone playing it as well.
Oh, right.
It gets dark so fast. Like, at the beginning, you're just like, oh, I just have to stamp this, and then everything will be fine. And then, oh, you know, your wife's dying, your kids are ill, and oh, you have to make some sacrifices, some moral sacrifices. So I would recommend.
I see. So they don't actually need any more money now. The Kickstarter has finished, so to speak, but you can pre-order the game now. They ended up raising $135,000 with like almost 5,000 backers, which is insane. And the trailer is really cool. But yeah, I'd highly recommend people check that out, because it's pretty cool. You know, I like the idea of it. You know, it's pretty interesting to keep an eye on. Alright, so next up is gaming news. I kind of feel like we should have one of those little jingles that goes do.
Gaming news.
Yeah,
We should make that happen.
We should have someone do that for us. Make us like cool little like stings.
Or just in a nerd
Theo,
voice.
get on it.
Theo, damn it, get on that. Yeah, so the first bit of news is Starbound came out of early access, which is something we've all played. We actually played it together recently. I set up a little local server for us, and we tried that out. What did you think?
It was really good.
Really good, yeah. I played it before, and I think they've made a lot of improvements now that it's come out, because their tutorial questline was really confusing before, but now it's not so bad. And yeah, I love the different characters, and the world is just so open. You can do whatever you want, so it's good fun.
The cool races, like you can be a robot or a bird or a star.
Star, literally made of stardust.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm glad it's properly come out now.
Yeah.
So it's finally got like an actual story, because like when it was in the beta, it wasn't as linear as I thought. I say linear. It didn't have like a story, so it was quite nice, and they've really done well with the whole survival aspect of it.
It's
They've
even
actually
harder.
Improved it.
Yeah.
It is.
Because you used to be able to teleport up to a ship from anywhere, even if you were in a mine shaft, like really deep down near the center of the earth. But now you have to go all the way up again before you can teleport. So that's added a whole new layer of complexity to it.
Yeah, it was relatively easy to just, like, if you were in trouble, quickly press the beam up button and you'd be fine. And we didn't know that they changed it, and we all decided to go caving. And as we got down to the caves, we mined some bunch of stuff. We went right down to the center of the earth where all the molten lava is.
Yeah.
And then we realized that you couldn't beam up again, and everyone but me died. But it took me
that's strictly not true.
It's because you left us alone in the dark.
I was with you. You died.
You did leave us.
Fine.
You left us.
There were monsters.
Anyway, it took me like 20 minutes to like go from the bottom of the earth back up to the surface because I got lost. So I had to like manually like dig my way out up to the top. And so that happened. But it was really good fun. It's nice now that they've added in the story mode and they've fleshed out, you know, a bunch of the core mechanics. Like they added fossils and things like that, you know, so you can go and do some archaeology and stuff like that, which was pretty sweet. Next up on the list is a Wii U emulator that's been around for a while called Seamew. Is actually doing pretty good. So if you don't know, emulators are used to play games based, like old games, like or console games, stuff like that, on your PC. And it's how stuff like, you know, if you've ever seen like an Xbox game at a demonstration in like an event, those aren't generally run on the actual console. They're run on an emulator on a PC, and that's how they do that. So Seamew is a Wii U emulator, and it's making really big progress actually. So a lot of the problems with emulators are they take years and years and years to develop. There still isn't a PlayStation 3 emulator yet, or an Xbox 360 one, because of how hard they are to make. But the Wii U one is now currently out there, and it can play a lot of games at 60 frames per second real time, which is a big deal because of how hard it is to get these to work. And I mean, emulators aren't allowed, so to speak, by like bigger companies, especially Nintendo. They directly say, you know, don't use one. But the thing is there are certain hard drives on like out and about that you can get that will read the Wii U discs and the Wii discs like straight from the drive, so it'll still work. But yeah, so that was a cool little thing. Next up is the Comic-Con Pokemon prank. So, as you know, obviously, all of everybody ever is playing Pokemon Go, and there was a little bit of a rumor going around, and what ended up happening was a certain person on the internet who won't be named but is well known for giving news stories out, hinted that there was going to be a legendary bird spawned at Comic-Con in San Diego. And people flocked there by the hundreds.
Flocked, funny.
Yes, I know, because it's a legendary bird. Yes, that was not intentional.
Wow.
Purely coincidence, but a good one nonetheless. So people showed up to this block of San Diego Comic-Con. It was one hall, and there were hundreds and hundreds of people standing outside waiting for this thing to see if it was true or not. And it turned out not to be true at all. And so, like, these people were just there, and no legendary bird. And they said they couldn't spawn them even if they wanted to. So it was a bit awkward. And then, like, people tried to hunt him down and basically say, "How dare you troll us?" And he was like, "No, really, someone told me it was happening. Why would he lie to me?"
People are serious about Pokemon.
They are.
Like, I've been in the park sometimes, and there's some little shits like on their bicycles, and like, you know, you don't want to mess with those.
No,
they
don't
stop to
do
take the gym, and you're like, okay,
I'm just gonna walk away. I'm not here. But yeah, there's a lot of cases where people have just screamed at the top of their lungs like Dragonite, and people have like run across a road just to get it, and there's not one. They just made it up. But yeah, so that was interesting.
Yep.
They did the same with Mewtwo as well.
Oh yeah, in Japan.
In Japan.
Yeah.
There's like a Pokeball shaped park, and everyone thought, oh, Mewtwo's going to spawn there, and you know, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen at all.
Sad, but someday it will happen.
What can you do, eh?
I need that Zapdos, man.
Need that Zapdos.
I need that.
It would be cool if they spawned at like special events and stuff.
Yeah, but then again, the worry is that if Pokemon are like limited to spawn in special places, what happens if you can't go there?
Yeah, what happens if you can't go?
Yeah, so like
if the Olympics or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what if you couldn't get there and everyone else has got
get
a
all those
legendary
Machamps out there at the Olympics. But like a lot of people have said, they'd prefer it just have like a hyper low spawn rate. So like make all the legendaries available, but just have them like have a 0.01% chance to spawn anywhere on the planet.
Yeah. Some people have done really stupid things trying to get Pokemon. Like Kilpon says, like some people like ended up nearly drowning because they'd gone off into the sea in a rubber dinghy to try and catch water Pokemon.
Jesus.
And they had to be rescued by the Coast Guard.
It
was so bad.
There's another story about that actually, where a group of friends there was a little island not far off the coast of some place in America, and they actually took a boat, rowed all the way out, and took the gym because there was a gym on the island, and so they'd gone all the way out and taken this gym without help or anything like that. They were just casually taking a boat out to sea and capturing gyms, which is something I have yet to do, but it'll happen, damn it.
It will happen.
One day.
I need to be the very best.
Exactly.
Like no one ever was, Ash.
Like no one ever was.
You have the right name for it.
I do. My name is Ash. I was born in the same year as Pokemon, therefore I am Ash.
He's the chosen one.
I even look a bit like him.
A little bit.
I'd say I look like him a little bit.
We should make you put the Pokemon hat on.
I need a hat.
Do you? Oh, I have just the thing.
We have it.
Oh,
okay.
It's
Oh God.
happening. No.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Behold.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
It happened.
Oh, look at that.
I have made a weeaboo.
Yeah, immortalized on the internet.
It's also got Pokeballs on the strings. It's great.
I'm just gonna go end my life now.
Which?
You've ruined my hair.
Oh, took so much effort.
Ugh. Anyway, next up on the list is oh my God, what is this? Okay, I'm fixing this right now.
Mirror.
Okay, I have 3 different versions of me on my screen.
And
I think I'll be fine.
Horrible.
They're all horrible, yeah. Oh dear. Oh God. And next on the list for our lovely gaming news this week, Life is Strange episode 1 went free. So you can get the first episode of Life is Strange for free, which is pretty sweet. So if you guys haven't seen already, Dawn did a playthrough of Life is Strange.
I did, the first episode. That was a long time ago, but it was one of the first playthroughs that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, it's considered one of the best like story games that's ever come out. So yeah, I haven't played it.
You should.
Everyone keeps telling me to play it.
Yeah, you really should.
It's one of those things. It's like Zio telling Dawn to play Ori. I've had so many people, when I say I haven't played it, are just like, why haven't you played it? How dare you not play it? Play it, damn it! What's wrong with you?
People say that, like, your expectations are up so high.
Yeah.
But it's a very good game, I doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a little bit of editing because I edited some of the episodes for you for Life is Strange. Not too spoilery, luckily. But I'm definitely gonna take a look at it because I downloaded it onto my account. So I'll do that when I have some free time. So that's definitely something I'm going to do. But it's really cool now that people can play it. Because I think Life is Strange is one of those interesting games where it really makes you think about like life. It's one of those things. Like it's very down to earth. It's not like over fantasized.
Think about the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
What would have happened?
What would have happened?
What would have happened?
All I know is there's a camera and a lighthouse and a storm and then not a storm
and loads of preteens.
And preteens, yeah.
So yeah, time travel and preteens. Basically.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing that because that's going to be. I imagine I'm going to start it and then like lose track of all the time and then.
Yeah. I don't know what you think about the end though. So I know what happens at the end. Ooh. So I don't know if you'll like it or not.
Yeah. Apparently, I remember one of my friends who I used to play a lot of games with. She showed me an image, which was like a description of how people reacted to the ends of each episode, and it gradually got more and more insane. And on the last episode, they were just like mind blown. And that was it.
Pretty much.
So that was definitely an interesting thing.
I have so many theories, but I haven't actually played the end yet. But if it turns out to be what I thought it was from the beginning, I'm gonna feel so freaking clever.
Well, you reckon you figured it out, huh?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be right.
It might be spoilers, and she has a habit of trying to guess things.
Yeah,
that happen.
I'm always right.
No, you're not. She's not.
Always.
She's ruined so many films by like trying to guess the plot lines.
Well, I'm literally I see a character who's being really nice to the main character, and I'm like, he's gonna betray them. And Ash is like, no, he won't. He's really nice. And I'm like, no, you watch this space. He's a traitor.
It's like we were playing Starbound the other day, and we came across this little old lady, and she's like, oh yeah, so I used to be one of you, and I'm the last old one. And they were like, oh, I need you to help me get the stuff so that we can save the universe. Yeah. And what does Dawn go? Immediately, she's going to kill us all.
Because she said, oh, I need these artifacts to help keep this evil thing sealed inside this vault. And straight away you think, oh no, it's the opposite. She wants us to get them so that this thing will be released from this ancient vault. I'm telling you, I'm right.
So cynical.
I'm right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? We have to play more of it.
Place your bets, people.
But yeah, so that's pretty sweet. Valve has been very busy. They sent cease and desist letters to a lot of CS:GO gambling sites, which is very interesting. So it follows on from last episode where we were speaking about the creators of CS:GO Lotto, basically stealing things, potentially rigging things. And then there was Phantom Lord, who's a very popular streamer, who got his Twitch account banned because there was evidence that came out of him like rigging votes and stuff so that he could win more stuff and taking money, claiming he didn't own the site when in actual fact he did. And Valve basically wrote up a list of all these different CS:GO sites and basically sent them all letters saying, we know you operate one of these sites below. We're going to sue you if you don't immediately cease what you're doing.
Yeah. Gaben's mad.
But they only seem to have done it with CS:GO sites. There are a couple of other sites that they haven't taken down. Like H1Z1 apparently has a similar kind of thing. And there are H1Z1 skin betting sites that are still around. So we'll
they haven't been outed or anything.
Yeah, basically.
So, yeah.
Like if the whole Syndicate T Martin thing hadn't come out, like they probably would have carried on.
Yeah.
I loved his apology video.
Oh God. Yeah. The apology was not really an apology, more just an admittance. Like,
funny to watch, though.
Look what I did.
Oh, look, here's my dog.
Here's my dog.
Makes everything better.
Makes everything okay because I got my dog on the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the main thing that I think Reven is super hyped about. Look at his face. Look at his face.
I've got a wall of text to talk about.
No Man's Sky has had a lot of new information come out, so Reven will talk everyone through that.
So, 4 new trailers has come out,
That's a lot.
detailing about exploration, fighting, the trade system, and the survival. I'm probably just gonna talk about the last 3 because the exploration is pretty much sorted.
Yeah, we've seen.
You know what you're dealing with. Yeah, you've seen a lot of it. So the survival one's the one that just came out tonight, or today, and it really shows off the survival kind of planets that you're gonna come across. So
yeah,
the toxic world, the very cold Hoth type worlds, and the hot worlds like Tatooine, for example.
I don't think they're called Tatooine.
No, but I'm just saying like Tatooine.
Basically,
so
is
they
Tatooine.
know.
Basically.
I'm just Yeah, but they're kind of like those worlds in a sense. And the best thing is, they actually are making it hard to survive. You've got to really try in that game. They're not just, saying, oh, you have to do this certain upgrade to do it, and you can do it fairly easily. You actually have to get on that planet and survive. You've got to mine everything you can before you can like charge up your shields or anything.
Yeah.
You've got to find blueprints to actually get the technology to upgrade your suit so you can actually survive on that planet even for longer, or as a period of time, or forever. That's cool, and you can only do that by kind of going into NPCs kind of houses or factories or whatever they're calling it, and you actually have to talk to them to maybe do a few missions. So that's another thing that they kind of brought out into the public a bit more. You actually have missions in the game, so you talk to an NPC, you actually get missions off them, which improves their liking of you. So, and you don't have to like just choose one race. You can kind of choose all 3 or 4 or whatever different type of races. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of showed it off again with the trading trailer, where they actually showed off a whole universal trading system like that. It's a bit like Elite Dangerous in a sense.
I see what you mean.
You've got to like properly manage it and trade it. And again, you get missions off of NPCs, and like there's different NPCs that actually are inclusive to trading. So you've got like guilds in a sense. So trading guild, fighting guild, and stuff like that. So yeah, and the fighting trailer pretty much showed us more ships, more different variations of ships. The multi-tool we were showing that can be upgraded again.
That's kind of like it's kind of like the wrench you used to have in one of those Minecraft mod packs where it would do everything.
Yeah, but you can upgrade it and you can do pretty much whatever with it. And I think that's about it for No Man's Sky. It's we're getting a lot more things kind of being introduced now that the game's coming out in the 9th of August for PS4 and the 12th for PC, which I'm quite annoyed about, but there we go. I know. I booked days off work for the wrong day.
Oh no!
Oh dear. You'll only cry internally.
You can be very, very sick that day.
Yeah.
Space sickness.
Horribly ill.
Horribly green.
Horribly ill.
Yeah.
That might not go down well, but
no, probably wouldn't. But hey. Alright, next section.
Dun, dun, dun.
The next section is freebies. So this is a new section we're doing where we will go over cool little stuff that you can get for free or with small amounts of effort. And first on the list is Trials of the Blood Dragon, which, if you guys didn't see, it was announced at E3. It's a mixture of Trials Fusion and Far Cry Blood Dragon. And they came together and made a really cool, like, Outrun style Trials game, where you play like a brother and sister who are like infused, and it's really cool. There's a massive storyline about it, and like the whole game is really short, but it's really fun. So that game was announced. It was available to download straight away. It's not like a huge game. It's a single player storyline game. But people recently found out, if you download the special demo that they've put up on their site, if you can complete the entire game in 15 or less faults, you get the full game for free. So they've selected a certain selection of tracks, and if you can complete the entire lot in less than 15 faults, you get the whole game for free with no strings attached. You get it added to your account straight away.
Nice.
Which is pretty sweet.
Wow.
You know,
that's pretty cool.
Fans of the Trials game were already like really interested in Trials of the Blood Dragon because it looks awesome.
The trailer was just crazy when they showed it. I was like,
it is insane, yeah. And so like that's really cool that there's a way to get the game without having to pay for it. You know, if you just really love the Trials games, which a lot of people do.
They're hard though.
They are hard, yeah, but It's a lot of people enjoy like the cool track creations, and like there's a weird track in Trials of the Blood Dragon where like you're hyped up on drugs, like you're so out of it and you hallucinate things on the screen. It's so cool. And so it's pretty sweet that you can get the whole game for just doing that special demo. That demo runs out on the 31st of July. So you have to get the special demo before the 31st of July and to beat it in order to get the game for free. So if you haven't already, go get it, because like why not, you know?
Free stuff.
Do it.
We also have Ubisoft doing their Club 30 giveaway, which we've mentioned on the podcast before, where every month they're giving away a new game. So this month's game is the original Splinter Cell, which I haven't played personally, but I know people who have. So if you like that sort of game, it's a stealth game. You probably have heard of it by now. They've released like 12 billion of them.
Very popular, yeah.
Almost as bad as the Call of Duty franchise.
Oh god, no.
Wow.
But yeah, so you can go grab those, and after I think it's going to be on the 10th. They announced the next one for next month, so we'll talk about that on the next podcast. Hopefully we'll know by then, but it might be the week after that we find out what that is. And this is running through till the end of the year, so we'll always talk about that much. Yeah, and then what else we have is the weekly giveaways. So this week we are giving away a copy of Skullgirls, and so if you want to enter that, we're going to do that as well. So the way it's going to work is you have to type in what we tell you. So if you are interested in a copy of Skullgirls, all you have to do is type Skullgirls into the chat like so. We posted it in there. And if you want to enter for Skullgirls, you can. If you don't know what it is, it's a fighting game with basically anime girls. It's kind of hard to explain. It's not like your average like anime girls. It's just like, you know, cartoon characters. And yeah, it has the DLCs as well. Don't worry about that. So you get everything. But it's pretty sweet.
It looks so funny. I saw you playing it. And there's that one girl who has her hair is her fists.
Yeah, so she has massively long hair, and they, instead of her physically fighting, her hair fights. Her hair fights for you. So yeah, if you're interested in that, feel free to post in the chat with the word Skullgirls with no spaces, and we'll get you in on that. And to finish off the podcast this week, we've got the question of the week, which is, do you think Kickstarters are a good idea for game devs? So this is something that has been common, you know, for a while now. A lot of devs have gone towards Kickstarter in order to get funding for games, but people don't necessarily think it's a good idea. You know, I personally do as a game dev myself. I think that Kickstarters are a good idea because, you know, it can help to get a bit of extra funding if you don't have it already. And it's nice to have like the interaction with the community as well. So if you're a game dev, you can like communicate with your audience and people who've backed and be like, you know, yeah, we're working on this feature or something like that.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
I think generally, like, after making a game as well, like an app game this summer, you realise that if you did have some kind of funding, you could do so much better. Like advertising, almost all advertising has to be paid for. You have to pay for an advertising campaign, and you could maybe like pay for somebody external to do artwork and stuff. So it's really worth it if you have the money. But they've got in trouble with promising things that they can't deliver.
Yep.
Huge scandals over that. But inevitably that happens in all games developments. Like you start with this huge list of things we're going to do and it's going to be amazing, and then gradually as development goes on you realise, oh shit, we don't have time for that, and then you just axe it. But obviously if the community is so involved, they can get really angry about it, and if you're allowing the community to be so heavily involved, there can be people raging on forums about it, and sometimes you get really entitled people who feel like they are developing the game as well.
Yeah.
Which can be really hard for developers to deal with. But in all, I think it's a good thing because you need money to make games.
Yeah, I think I agree. What about you, Reven?
It's interesting. I mean, I've seen the negativity of Kickstarters, and I've never really been involved with it, so I've never really kind of looked into it as much because I thought it was just one of these things that has failed for games in general. But talking to you guys and really looking at it properly, I've seen that there are very interesting games being developed and are actually quite, getting a lot of funding and really making that effort to push to a final product.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a great idea. I think I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I like to see game devs kind of succeed, and I want them, any sort of game devs, to succeed in any other way. But I do feel that how easy is it to communicate with the community when you're kickstarting something? Is it literally you post on there and everyone can see it?
Yeah. It's
like that.
As soon as you post a Kickstarter campaign, everyone on the site can see it. So, like, if people are interested, not necessarily in video games, but say board games, they'll still see that under the gaming section. So, you have a way to spread your audience.
Yeah.
It's just, I was going to say, it's just when it fails, like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard to make a game, so when you lose, maybe you don't get as much money as you're hoping for, you don't meet that target, what happens then? Do you have to refund them? I mean, do you then lose the money that you've backed?
Kickstarter, the way Kickstarter works is it doesn't take your money until after you hit the limit. So once you've hit your funding goal, then it charges everyone to prevent money being taken. So that gives like backers the opportunity to cancel a backing if they've decided they don't want that, and like if they change their mind or something. But yeah, so it helps out. Like a very popular game that was initially a Kickstarter is Hyper Light Drifter, which is a popular game. A couple of YouTubers have done like playthroughs of it, and it's really cool. The art style is gorgeous, and it's something that would have never happened if it wasn't for Kickstarter. So I think it's a good idea. And we've got the votes in as well for the straw poll. It's a unanimous yes.
Good.
Everyone thinks they are. So I think that's a good sum up of what we thought.
Give us game devs money.
Give us money so we can make video games.
We want to make you good games.
We'll make you space games. We promise.
Yeah.
Oh. In that instance.
Oh yeah, exactly. See.
Just throw it at you.
Now I gotcha. Yeah. All right. So now it comes down to the giveaway. So the lucky winner of Skullgirls is, drumroll please, Sudden Nuke. Congratulations! So you win a free game key. We will get that to you as soon as the podcast is done. So you can look forward to that. And thanks everybody for coming along. Thank you again to Zio for donating all these game keys that we can give away every week. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. So thank you for that. And thank you to everyone in the chat as well. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. If you haven't already, you can catch the podcast here every Wednesday, 7:30 BST. And we'll also have them all uploaded onto YouTube. So if you go onto YouTube and you type in Clueless Collective, you'll find us, and you can find all the previous episodes there. I finally got around to uploading episode 4 after not being able to do it for the whole week, so apologies about that, but it's fine. It's up there now, and thank you all for coming, and
we'll see you next time.
We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
Bye.